they talk about what they call pie time, not charity pie like I have pictured there. Helps us to focus on the vital few. What are the things that get us paid? This is pie. So Covey's framework is pretty broad for everybody. This is more specific to realtors or commissioned people is maybe a better way to say that, where what do we get paid for, right? We get paid for time with clients writing contracts. That is all. That's the only thing that pays us. That's our productive time. That is time when you are face-to-face with clients. What it is not is the paperwork of maybe preparing that offer. It's not the drive time over there. It is when you are showing a house, on a listing appointment, writing up an offer, writing up a listing contract. That's it. That's our productive time. I time is indirectly productive. It is things that we need to do that will have productive time for us. Lead generation, basically. So that is going to be our relationship building time. That is going to be the phone calls that we make and say, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? And listening for changes that might indicate that they need to move. There's all kinds of things that we can do for lead generation. That's what falls into this I time. There's things, activities that we do that done well will lead to a new client that will lead us to the P time. E, everything else. Now they used to call it pin time, non-productive time. They kind of got talked into like, hey, Ninja's so positive. Why are you calling this non-productive time? That kind of has a negative connotation to it. So they said, fine, you're right. Let's call it everything else. But really, if you're thinking of it as non-productive time, that'll put you in a frame of mind of how do I get rid of this? How do I minimize this? So the everything else is going to be things like the flyer, like the preparing paperwork, like the market analysis, anything you're doing while you're sitting at the desk but the client's not with you. Could be all kinds of things. That is non-productive time. Not that it's not necessary. That doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be done, but potentially it doesn't need to be done by you. And we want to do it as quickly as we can. We don't want to sit there. So how do we minimize the E time? One is, as much as possible, when you are doing other things, try to also make it I time by connecting with people while you're doing it. The other thing is put I time into your calendar because E time can creep into it because tasks expand to the amount of time given to them. So I time is quadrant 2 time is the stuff that we really need to protect. The other thing we can do is we are going to create some systems to streamline the tasks. If you are working off a to-do list, you're just going to go faster because you're not going to have the thought time of, okay, what should I be doing now? If you, every time you have a contract go into escrow and you think, okay, well, now we have inspections. So I have to email them about who's going to do the inspections. I have to remind them of the time frame. I have to put the end of the inspection period on my calendar. Now that you've heard me say it, put that reticular activator to work for you. Notice what are your tasks. Notice when things are repeating and you tend to do them every transaction. Make a checklist, make templates so that you can start doing those things faster. The other thing that we can do, which will kind of happen naturally once you have systems, is you can delegate a lot of that stuff. Once you know what and how, it's really easy to get plug somebody else in to do those things.